Hello guys, welcome back to another episode on the server. This is the 55th episode, I think. And we are here at spawn because we are going to be taking this down. Just because I don't have any other plans or anything. I've noticed my FPS is a bit worse for the wear. Is that just because of the render distance? Interesting. So while recording, I'm only getting 60 FPS once everything's loaded in, it seems. Maybe. I don't know. I think it's once my sphere is loaded in, it doesn't like it. But anyway, first of all, Matt has had these animals caged here for far too long. Now, I'm not taking them. I am setting these guys free. These animals deserve better than this. That's what I think. So we are taking these down. We're just going to let all of that despawn. Nobody should have these devices of cruelty and injustice. They shouldn't exist, and so we will allow them to despawn. However, we are going to be taking this down. I don't know if I should... Actually, let me go ahead and... Huh. Did I open up the wrong Minecraft version? I did. Okay, well, guess I'll cut to when I open it back up with... I'm just in Optifine, and I want to be in Fabric with the... this like shouldn't be there. With the what's it called? Replay mod. Okay, we are back. I got paper? No, fabric. I always forget which is which. Fabric is the alternative to forge. Paper is the alternative to spigot. Yes. So got that all set up. And so I guess I'll do a quick time lapse of me taking this down. I'm going to keep this hole here because this hole is going to be useful. But, oh, also I wanted to say, I don't remember if I said anything about it in the last episode, but DaVinci Resolve is I hate how it doesn't work with, oops. I wanted to switch to DaVinci Resolve because I've heard great things about how, where did that drop at? Right there. I've heard great things about DaVinci Resolve and how it has high amounts of GPU acceleration, and so I thought that with the GPU acceleration that I'd be able to get out my videos a lot faster because generally what happens is I record a video that is anywhere from an hour to when I'm working on my base up to 6 hours long. And so with Premiere Pro, I can just drop it into Premiere Pro and start editing. But DaVinci Resolve, I've tried every combination of settings I could think of in OBS, but it doesn't it won't take any files without having them either remuxed or having them be compressed through Handbrake, I guess. I'm gonna turn down my render distance a bit because we don't need huge amount of render distance. Oh well, I'm gonna have a time lapse going. I want there to be a nice background, so I guess I can deal with a bit of lower FPS right now. But anyway, as I was saying, I want to use DaVinci Resolve because so my recording process is record anywhere from an hour to 6 hours, then edit it. Editing can take anywhere from half an hour to, if I'm distracted, a couple hours. And then uploading will take an hour just to upload and then another at least 45 minutes to process on YouTube servers. This is really... You know what it was? I turned on... Where is it? I turned on mipmap levels. Is that really what's making it lag? Between the last episode and this episode, that's the only setting I really changed. Let's see if that helps at all. The reason I did that is because now you can kind of see over there all that grass kind of blurring together. It doesn't look very good. But anyway, as I was saying, so it takes an hour to upload and then 45 minutes or so to process on YouTube servers. And so either having to remux it or run it through Handbrake when at least once a week, I'm working with a file that's at least 3 hours long. It's not practical to have to add another 2 hours into this daily process I'm having to go through for the videos. So it's so I can't use DaVinci Resolve because it wouldn't play nice with my OBS files. I tried recording in, well, what I usually record into is H.264 NVENC MP4. I tried using an MOV. I didn't try FLV because FLV doesn't support multiple audio tracks, and I use multiple audio tracks. I could go into that for a bit, but basically, I tried MOV, MP4 is what I usually did, and that didn't work. I tried MKV, I tried TS, I don't remember what it was called. It was like M8U something. I tried a bunch of different file formats, and no matter what I did, DaVinci Resolve would not take the file. And like I said, I can't run it through Handbrake or remix it because that would add hours to my process of getting a video up. So despite it would make my rendering out of once I'm done editing a lot quicker, because with Adobe Premiere Pro, once I finish editing, it'll probably take half an hour at least to take this down. Oops. It'll take half an hour at least to export the actual file. And with DaVinci Resolve, not only is that supposed to be a lot faster, but also when I'm actually in the process of editing with Premiere Pro, it is a bit slow just scanning through footage, and sometimes I have to wait for it to I have to wait before I can actually start editing because it has to load a bunch of stuff. So with DaVinci Resolve, it's supposedly heavily GPU what's it called? GPU accelerated. So that was supposed to speed all that up, but if I'm having to add 2 to 3 hours running it through Handbrake or remuxing up to 6 hours of footage, then I'm stuck with Premiere Pro. So that's just kind of my rant about not being able to cut down on the time I spend getting videos up, which should be possible with DaVinci Resolve. I don't know why it won't accept any of those files. It's not, even though people say that every file OBS spits out is a variable refresh rate, mine aren't, or at least the one I tested wasn't. I ran it through FFmpeg, and it spat out that it was like 0.000% variable refresh rate, so I don't know why DaVinci Resolve didn't take it. So that's a bit disappointing that I either wish Premiere Pro would work as fast as DaVinci Resolve, or DaVinci Resolve would take the files that Premiere Pro takes. But anyway, I'm glad I have this Efficiency 5 axe here. Oh, speaking of the audio tracks, I record using 4 audio tracks at all times. When I'm streaming, it's obviously all condensed down to 1, but I have 4 audio tracks set up. The first one is my game sounds. I run all my desktop audio through that audio track except for Discord. So I have one track for basically my game sounds, because I never have any other desktop sounds going. So I have one audio track for game sounds. Then I have an audio track for Discord, so that if, say, something in the game was being really loud, I could turn that down in editing so that you could hear someone in Discord, or vice versa. Or I could turn up Discord so that you can hear my Discord call better if I'm recording with someone like Ben. So I have those in 2 separate audio tracks, and then the remaining 2 audio tracks I have are, one is my Blue Yeti microphone, and then one is my headset microphone, so that I don't use it often, but if I were to take a more hands-on and more in-depth editing approach, I could, anytime there's like peaking with one of the microphones, I could use the other one, or anytime there's like some issues with one microphone, I have the other as a backup in case I was saying something important. But recently I haven't been editing that hands-on where I'm like rewatching the entire video. I'll basically just look at the audio file and see, okay, I was talking from here to here. I look at the part where I start talking, make sure it makes sense, and I don't want to cut that part out, and then I listen to the part where I finish talking, and basically I'll cut out any silence between that section and the next section where I start talking, just so that I don't have to listen to like a 10-minute monologue I'm doing. So when editing, I'm not going to be listening to all of this because I plan on still talking for a bit, but once I get to a point where I've stopped talking and it's silence for a bit, I'll listen to where I stopped talking to see, you know, I could do a video on just like my editing process. But let me pick all this up. Where did I place my sugar box? Over here. Oops, I'll put it in here. So yeah, that's kind of my editing process. Oh yeah, I have a bucket of salmon. Forgot about that. So that's kind of my editing process. I'll basically just skip to where I see that there's audio happening. And then, oops. And then I'll cut out the silence between those. Make sure that the beginning and the ends they make sense, and I actually do want to keep that section in. And then I cut out anything I want to cut out, but usually I don't listen to the entire audio, so that's why sometimes in my videos you'll hear like peaking or some weird distortion, just because I'm not listening to the entire audio when I go back through and edit to fix those, even though I probably could by switching over to my headset microphone when those things occur, because I only have NVIDIA RTX voice running on my Blue Yeti. So that's where that distortion comes in. If it's trying really hard to cut out some background noise, there can be distortion, as I mentioned a few episodes ago. But since I'm not focusing intensely on that stuff, sometimes it gets left in. Why do I feel like I'm not picking up all that I should be? It's all falling down here. So yeah, I don't think... Is there anything else to my editing process that I need to mention? Yeah, so those are my 4 audio tracks. And from what I was looking at on DaVinci Resolve like forums, I didn't post anything to any help forums just because people are either going to say that I need to pay for the full version, but if you need to pay for a full version when they have that free version that you're supposed to be able to test with, and it's not working for my test, I don't know why I'd pay for the full version when it's not working for me in the slightest, because that's what it seems to happen. Or they're going to say that my codec isn't supported when I checked, and MP4 with a H.264 is supported, so I don't know. So I'm stuck with Premiere Pro for the moment. Anyway, I guess that's that. I'll now cut to a time lapse, I guess. A very short time lapse, I think. I'll probably have it be like 5 minutes long of me cutting down all this. It'll be 5 minutes or less, probably. Since you guys already, with the time it took for me to do that rant, you guys will already have seen most of it. So it'll just be a few minutes with some YouTube provided copyright free music instead of my own custom made music. So enjoy that. Okay, guys, welcome back. Here we are. We have taken it down, and I'm going to add a sign just to make sure that nothing happens here that we don't want. Sign? Yes. There we go. This plot is claimed, among other items. So, now we have space to put... Oh, I didn't pick up everything. I thought I had. So now we have space to put in a Saturn V. As you do. This should really be lit up under here. Kind of weird that it wasn't, honestly. There. Alright, so that was that. Probably a few episodes down the line, we'll get this all set up. Or get, like, this all stripped out and properly dug down and whatnot. Because I'm gonna have to dig out this section all the way down, I think, so that it's a proper square and whatnot. Probably I could do something like alternating yellow and black clay around the outside, so that it seems like it's kind of cautionary tape or something. And then the Saturn V with the tower, this support tower there next to it. But yeah, I think that is going to end this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed that short time lapse. Hopefully this is a sufficiently long video. It should be. Should be at least 15 minutes, I think. Yeah. Anyway, that is going to end this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Or I'll see you guys next time. Should I redo my outro? So anyway, that is going to end this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!